Quieres ver a tu amigo un día antes de mi cumpleaños. ¿Cómo tú crees que yo me siento?
Tú no sabes nada. Todo mi vida es para ti. Todo mi vida es para ti. I'm always gonna get what I want.
Awesome! As we guessed, Danielle moving to the Dominican Republic did not make her any more likable. I mean, the car ride from the airport was a pretty good hint of how insufferable she would continue to be. Even on day one of her settling in, she attempts to force her religious beliefs on Johan.
I've recently become a student of the Ifa tradition. I get frequent readings done by my spiritual advisor, Baba. Hola, Baba.
Hi.
He sits through the reading politely, but doesn't take it as seriously as Danielle wants him to. And I'm not sure how he really could. All the reading said was for him to eat and avoid certain foods.
Los consejos que me da Baba son algo raro.
I also don't understand the point of trying to get Johan to immediately believe what she believes. But the ironic part about this scene is the lights go out mid-conversation. Johan says they didn't pay the electric bill. So Danielle remembered to pay for this reading, but not to even ask about their electricity. And earlier, she even forgot to return her license plate.
I was supposed to do this on the way to the airport.
She's mad at Johan for not telling her that they needed to pay the electric bill.
This is just another example of how Johan is not really likely to take a ton of initiative to create the life that he wants.
So what kind of whacked out priorities does she have? Why does she think this guy is going to take care of everything while she does nothing? It's so strange. This isn't the type of relationship they have had this entire time. So why is she expecting him to do all of these things now? And when they go out to celebrate their 1-year anniversary, things get more tense. They start by talking about how Johan doesn't want Danielle to have male friends. But this is really just her segue into telling Johan that she has a friend vacationing nearby.
Mi amigo está aquí, en este país.
Correction, her ex-boyfriend is in town. She tries to say that they were together, but he wasn't her boyfriend. Not sure that matters. The issue is that Johan doesn't want to hang out with her ex.
No me voy a sentir cómodo.
Danielle tries to act like she cares about his opinion on this, but once she gets the answer she doesn't like, she tries to turn it back on Johan, acting like he's saying that she can't have any friends.
He is unwilling to even sit down and have a conversation with my ex. It's not the kind of relationship I want to have.
If the situation was flipped, there's absolutely no way that Danielle would be okay with this. Also, every relationship will have disagreements about what is okay and not okay. I don't see this as a cultural difference at all. If your significant other is uncomfortable with something you are doing and it's a reasonable request like don't see your ex, why do it? He is not saying that she can't have male friends in the argument, he is saying that he is uncomfortable with her hanging out with that ex. These two are married, but instead of listening to the fact that he is uncomfortable, she is mad that he doesn't agree with her and plans to see her ex anyway. Johan has been the type to just brush off Danielle's constant disrespect, but this time is different.
La falta de respeto que yo veo de Daniel me hace ver la relación de una manera diferente.
For someone who says she's spiritual and wants a peaceful life, she sure causes a lot of unnecessary drama for herself. It's obvious that they can't agree, and tensions are rising. Johan tries to leave and drive after drinking.
There's no way he's driving out of this parking lot.
And if there's any positive credit I can give to Danielle, it's that she takes his keys and doesn't let him drive.
If this thing is going to piss Johan off this much, he is going to be miserable for the majority of our relationship.
But they don't resolve the issue. Danielle is going to do what she wants, and instead of trying to work things out by talking, they kick a coconut around the house. No, seriously.
Baba, my spiritual mentor, gave me a ritual that might help bring some peace into my home.
Somehow kicking a coconut around is supposed to create peace. So pretty much she will do anything except admit she is wrong and stop gaslighting her partner. Johan doesn't seem to mind this. I mean, it's better than fighting.
A mí me pareció gracioso y también quise patear el coco.
They break it, then poof, peace. Now they won't be fighting ever again.
Big Ed has a poem for you. Roses are red, violets are blue. Subscribe to the kiblz channel.
You're my best view.
Now that coconut has instantly brought peace, Danielle is getting ready to throw Johan a surprise birthday party. At first I was thinking, oh, how nice of her to throw this party. But then I started wondering, what is her true motivation for doing this? And yes, she is very obnoxious in this bakery.
Para escribir no tengo para hoy ya.
¿Por qué?
She can't get anyone to write anything on the cake because the baker left. But of course Danielle doesn't take no for an answer. The guy ends up letting her write the wording herself just to get her out of there.
I'm always gonna get what I want.
So it's not just the viewers that she annoys, it's pretty much everyone she interacts with.
If we were in New York, I would get a cake that looks like Johan. Like I would get it as his like upper body because he's so obsessed with his body.
Well, Danielle, you aren't in New York anymore, and I'm pretty sure New York doesn't want you back until you pay back the debt you ran away from. Danielle does successfully surprise Johan with the party. But it doesn't change that he is still upset with her.
Nay, gracias por estar ahí en este día tan especial.
And he actually thanks everyone at the party she planned except her. And she gets so pissed that she walks out.
He's willing to completely ignore that I exist in front of his entire family in public is really humiliating.
I feel like this is such a manipulative move on Danielle's part. She told Johan that she's going to do what she wants and hang out with her ex. And finally, after being disrespected so many times by her, he's actually mad. So instead of trying to work things out, she rolled a coconut around her house and now thinks that throwing him a surprise party will what? Remind him of how much she does for him? I can't stand it when people do nice things for someone, but the true goal is to get something in return. And then after doing that nice thing, they get mad and expect gratitude.
Me siente, tú no entiendes que yo hace para ti.
It's gaslighting and manipulative. It feels like she threw this party just to purposely throw it in his face later. It's like she's saying, hey, look at all the things I do for you, but you suck and won't let me hang out with my ex. Johan is still mad and Danielle knows she can't win this fight.
Quiere ver a tu amigo un día antes de mi cumpleaños. ¿Cómo tú crees que yo me siento?
She tries everything she can to get him to back down, and it doesn't work.
Todo mi vida es para ti. Y tú tienes una cosa en tu mente, estás loco.
The party didn't work, her tears didn't work, and her telling him he's crazy doesn't work either.
Dañaste mi cumpleaños.
No problema. Yo quiero ir, so yo necesito los llaves.
Tú puedes ir.
So she leaves.
I've had this relationship before. I need to go home and figure out what I want to do with my life.
It's funny to me how she says she's done all these things to make his life better. But what are those things exactly? It doesn't sound like anything he has asked for. I don't remember him getting any of the original things he expected out of her. And no, he doesn't seem to handle conflict great either. And he married Danielle with an agenda. But she is the one disturbing their peace constantly. He can't have anything he asked her for originally, and he hasn't thrown a fit about it. But now she's having a tantrum just because he said no to something. I think she thought he would be easier to manipulate, but he is proving that he's not. So if this doesn't work out, where the heck is she going to go? Back to New York? I can't imagine that being an option at this point. She ran away from her debt there and moved everything she has to the Dominican Republic. So she has to make this work, or what's the alternative? There is no preview for the next episode, but honestly I'm more looking forward to what's going on with Debbie and Osama next week.
Our plan is you will bring me to the USA and we start our life there. If you don't accept this, we can stop all this.
What?
This season is coming to an end, and we will have to see how these last few episodes play out. Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye!